the Chiefs last played the Titans, KC advanced to Super Bowl 54. As we kick off Week 7, Tennessee finally gets their chance at revenge, and it's headed your way next.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and third with Tennessee.
And the former Miami Dolphin had a career renaissance in 2019 with Tennessee and carried it over into 2020. A career-high 32 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, and those were the fewest he'd thrown in a full season. And speaking of full seasons, he played all 16 games for the first time since 2015. He's got to be excited about 2021.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 19 carries, 110 yards in the score.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Tannehill able to find Henry out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Tannehill with a throw caught by Brown. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. That time a 6-play drive. And the result in the end, the Titans touchdown. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Callaway, the return man. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. But the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Obviously, slowing down Mahomes, going to be a tall order. He gets the completion there, but what do defenses need to try to do against him?
Well, as we saw in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, their #1 goal was to get him to 3rd down and long situations, not 3rd and manageable.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Bud Dupree. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes over the middle, and it's incomplete. Oh, Travis Kelce unable to pull it in, and it's 3rd down.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away?
And Henry's hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. This defense for the Titans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now here's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He completes it to Julio Jones. And he will have a Titans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And just shutting him off there. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's going to look deep down the field, and he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Tannehill on 1st down. And right side, Henry's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Tannehill. This is caught, and it's a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Tennessee score. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And now here comes Kansas City. And Charles, still a long way to go in the season, we know that. But as it stands, these are your top 2 seeds in the AFC. So I ask you, is this a potential AFC championship preview?
Brandon, I need you to get me a fence and a saddle because I'm about to ride that bad boy because I think there's so many good teams in the AFC. Maybe we could look at like 3 games a weekend and say, this could be an AFC championship preview.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And some space here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Being chased out left. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a touchdown.
Travis Kelce as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. A gain of 3, 2nd down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Baker Mayfield leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. And meanwhile, for the Titans, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They fell last week at the hands of the Washington football team, but they've got the lead right now. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. A quick slant to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season in Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the first round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Hardman. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, Mahomes. And he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That throw good for only a couple and brings up third down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And he will have a Titans first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
On first down, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Taco Charlton. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Now it's Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Now Edwards-Helaire.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. 89
yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the masterclass right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
He's got Ferkser, and he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. To the air again, Tannehill. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Tannehill.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up the 3rd down.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.